everybody. Welcome to another edition of the SportsView on ATL4SportsVision.com. I am your girl Jazz, and to my left I have my beautiful co-host.
I am Delcy D, and thank you for joining us again. Today we would like to introduce to you the lovely Miss Trina Strickland from the Kennesaw Adventure Boot Camp for Women. Welcome, Trina.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, we're doing good, and we are glad that you are joining us today. We basically wanted to touch on a little bit about your adventure boot camp that you have, and that is geared towards women. Myself and Delcy, I'm sure we have some questions that all those ladies out there might be asking. So let's just get started with, if you can tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got to the point where you are now.
I am a certified personal trainer, a certified nutrition specialist, as well as certified in kettlebell instruction. I have a competitive bodybuilding background, so I've been an athlete all my life. I also have a background in counseling. So what I got to see firsthand was the power of the group dynamic to affect real change in women, especially. So that's what got me to the Kennesaw Adventure Boot Camp for Women. I wanted to provide an opportunity for women to come together, network, share any challenges that they may have had with one another. If someone was having trouble losing weight or just getting motivated to exercise, that they can get that support from one another, and just give women an opportunity to put themselves back on their own to-do list.
Okay, well, I want to mention something. You said you have a background in counseling.
Yes.
I read that you actually were a breakout athlete as a track and field star.
Absolutely.
So if you can, that's something I did track and field in school. So to make the transition and not follow getting that scholarship in track and field, but basically following what your desire was to be a therapist or go into counseling.
Yes.
How was that transition? How hard was the decision?
It was difficult because I've been an athlete all my life, so I saw that as a wonderful opportunity to go away from home and to do the thing. I love track, but at the same time I had a bigger calling to help people in the area of counseling. So it was hard at first because that's all I knew really was track, but I also recognized that I had something else calling. So once I got in touch with that, the decision to stay home and pursue my counseling degree was easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, the good thing about that, sometimes, in high school or middle school students, and they're in a certain sport, they feel like they have to stick with that throughout their career, even though they might not be there, or that's not where the heart is. And like you said, to help other people instead of just, because sometimes not everyone gets the scholarship, or not everyone is a college person.
Right.
Not everyone, is the school person. I mean, so some people want to do things different, and you're just really showing, it's a good thing that you're showing them that you can do something different and be successful at it.
Right, and even though I did not pursue that scholarship, I still was able to get into an athletic area in bodybuilding and still pursue my counseling degree. And even after I got out of school, I got certified in personal training and kettlebell instruction, so I still was in the area of fitness and still able to pursue those dreams and aspirations as well.
Okay, so bodybuilding. Let's touch on a little bit of that.
Yes, let's.
You see these, I wouldn't necessarily say shows, but you see competitions, and you see these women that are all, they like doll themselves up, and they get the fake implants, and they have the big blonde hair, and then they're just like,
right.
And you're kind of like, okay, do you really want to be a bodybuilder? Or, I don't know, it's kind of like they glamorize it a little bit, but then you have those, as yourself, that's a natural bodybuilder.
Right, exactly.
Let's touch on that. Do you think that has a lot to do with like the image or what the media wants to portray as,
beautiful,
sexy kind of, you can still be a bodybuilder but still be beautiful and sexy. Will those be the women that are more so geared towards the magazines and things like that, opposed to like a naturally fit,
I think what happened in the industry, now you've got bodybuilding, and then there's figure and I think it was figure and fitness.
Okay.
So those are three different
categories.
Different categories.
Okay.
So though the fitness and figure are more geared towards the the glamour model type thing. But what happened in bodybuilding is that the men, because it's a predominantly male dominated industry, so they wanted the female bodybuilders to be more like the fitness competitors and the figure competitors, but it's two
different
yes, two different categories. So that's where I broke camp with bodybuilding, because they wanted bodybuilders to be less muscular and less hard, but that's what bodybuilding represents. So they were really trying to turn all of the women's figure competitor fitness and bodybuilding towards that more the glamour type.
Because I've seen competitions where the women would do more of a routine,
Yes.
and strenuous, how long they could stay up in one arm, or the push-ups and stuff in the routine, and the men would just go out there and flex or whatever.
Right.
But then when it came to the women, they had more of a routine. And, like right now, do the men still take the women bodybuilders as serious?
And see, that was the question that I had. I felt like we weren't being taken seriously anymore, and a lot of the professional female bodybuilders spoke out about that. Women like Linda Murray, who I had an opportunity to meet here in Atlanta a few years back, and we spoke at length about what was happening in the women's bodybuilding industry. And that's exactly what was going on. They were trying to move you over into the figure and the fitness competition.
Which is what you guys do with all these sports nowadays. Can't we have some fun too? Can't women be?
I think it's
why can't
probably,
we be glorified?
men get so intimidated once we step into their ring. And when they
Yeah,
saw
I
these
can.
women come up here with the same muscles, you turn around, and if you got from the shoulder down on a smaller guy that's a bodybuilder, and women standing next to him, they're like, well, that could be me. You'll never know until they turn around and, oh, that's a woman. So I think that's what happens when we kind of touch on things into your area, and you're like, we don't want them in there. So that's why I think they was throwing that feminine,
Yes,
that
exactly.
routine part on there. We want you a little bit more glamorous, not too much muscle, stuff like that. And of course, they started bashing the women. Well, their breast goes away, or they
Yes.
don't, stuff like that. So do your thing, honey.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna keep that going. But we're gonna take a break and come right back. And follow us also on ASV TV Network on Twitter. We want all our followers to enjoy all the news that we go over, all the drama and sports and entertainment. My name is Delcy D.
And I'm Jazz, and we'll be right back.